one thing that the foreign people don't understand about Nigeria is the fact that anywhere we see ourselves, where you see two Nigerians, we tend to like start to have a little community about ourselves, a little community within ourselves, so that if anything happens to us, we can be able to assist ourselves when we need help.
Is that not why there's a consulate? Is that not why there's an embassy? Why do you have to coronate a king? Do you think a Cameroonian can actually coronate a king in Nigeria because there are some group of Cameroonians there and they need to help each other? Is that enough? Is that a valid excuse?
Now, let me tell you what they don't understand. Now, in Nigeria, we have different kind of king. We have the first class king, the second class king, and the third class king.
Who are all Nigerians? Who are all Nigerians? Yes, you have to be very precise. They are Nigerians. Is there a first class king in Nigeria who is a Cameroonian? Is there a Cameroonian king in Nigeria?
I don't know.
Because there is none. But carry on. There's no Cameroonian king in Nigeria because Nigerians will not tolerate that. But let's continue.
No, let me tell you, Nigeria can tolerate that. Nigerians, we don't have a problem as long as you're a black person. We don't have a problem with that. Man. Now, I want to tell you, what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the fact that the people do not understand Nigeria. When you say, like, take for instance, you go to Ghana and you say you are Ndigbo. Ndigbo na Ghana, for example. I'm giving you an example. It does not mean that you are a king. It doesn't mean that you are a king. It means that you are just the leader of the Igbo people in that community. When that person that you are the king of, the leader of that people in that community, you come to Nigeria, nobody will regard you as a king.
Which means you are undermining the traditional ruler of that area. For example, let's talk about, let's say if you, I'm from the southwest, right? Let me pick any village. Let's say Bonduma. Bonduma, there is a chief there. If you have a problem, you go to the chief. The moment the Nigerians who are living in Bonduma decide to crown their own king, it means they are bypassing that Bonduma king, who is the son of the soil, which means each time there's a problem, they'll go back to that. You're undermining and it's very disrespectful. That is a problem. Have you not seen it from that angle? Why do you need to coronate your... I'm listening, my brother. You are not understanding. I'm not understanding you.
For example now. Yes. Let me give you an example.
Yes.
Let me give you an example.
I'm listening.
Nigerians living in Cameroon.
Yes.
Nigerians living in Cameroon, for example. And let's just say we have 1,000 Nigerians living in Cameroon. You understand me? Now, inside the 1,000 Nigerians, everybody is taking care of his or herself.
Correct.
There is no leader. Now, maybe out of the 1,000, one person did something, for example, and you want to report that one person. And we Nigerians now, we have a leader, for example. We have a leader who is leading us in Cameroon as the person.
As what?
In charge of all
as a king? No, that is why you have a consulate. That is why you have the embassy. That's why we have the judiciary. We have the police. If you're Nigerian, imagine.
It's not everything.
You are bypassing the laws. The village where the Nigerians are living in, there's a traditional ruler there. So why don't you go? It means you feel that they are not competent enough to solve your problem, which is very disrespectful. Have you not seen it from that angle?
Wait. I want to give you it's not like that. It's not like that. I want to give you an example.
Okay.
Now take for instance, we are 50 of us from Nigeria living in one village in Cameroon.
Yes.
And that village have its own king who is a Cameroonian.
Most definitely.
You understand me?
Yes.
And inside the 50 of us, one of us needs pepper. For example, we need pepper.
Yes.
The other one needs salt. The other one needs okra, for example. Are you trying to tell me that all of us that need pepper, and maybe it is the king that normally provide those items? You are telling me that the three of us, all of us should go to the king.
You're not getting it. It's okay for me. See, it's okay for me to visit you. My brother, it's okay for me to come to you and say, my brother, help me with pepper, help me with so that one is different. But the moment you put your own as a ruler, it means you are competing with me.
What if we elect a leader among ourselves? We elect a leader among ourselves.
You can have a small communities. You can have your small jangi, as they call it. But the moment you say this is a king, you are not supposed to have a traditional ruler in another man's land. It's a problem.
There's a community leader.
No, you're not supposed to.
Why people go to that? You want us to be living like You want us to be living like a sheep without.
How are you living like a sheep?
That's why you have community leaders. You have community leaders, and inside that your community
Nancy,
leaders,
why are you laughing now?
you have executive. But when people go to that extreme of crowning a king inside another kingdom, it's outrageous.
Let me tell you the meaning of parasite.
Sorry.
You people will never understand what you're doing. That's why it's making the whole thing is funny to me. And you want to give a reason why it is factual for you to do that kind of activity. It is so against every law. Now, no matter how much you try to blend it to look like among yourself, you give whatever name you are giving to it, and it looks like somebody among you, 50 or whatever number you are giving, controls you in that. It's parasite. Now, what is a parasite? You get into something that is not, listen, you get into something that is not yours, and you start looking for a way to monopolize. See, what you're doing might look reasonable to you people, but it's so wrong, no matter how much you make it to look like. What you people do or did in South Africa is so wrong, because you are trying to say that you can be your own person in another person's country. No, when you enter into a country, you have to first of all, either you nationalize yourself or you get the right papers to belong in that place, and you toe the line. Everything you people need, you will take it from the hierarchy. No, you will not, even productivity, you don't have to even start saying that you eat only these things so you start producing your own. If you think you want to produce your own, you go back to your country. It's parasite. So you go there, you say, no, we are Nigerians, we are about 300 of us, so we will now make a community in another person's community. It's a parasite.
Okay, let me ask him one question.
So
Why have you people
what you are trying to tell me is that, what you are trying to do you know that is why there is something that I noticed with some people. That is why there is no, when people from other countries go to other countries, there is no unity among them. We Nigerians, we love unity very well. When we meet 2 or 3 Nigerians, we tend to unite. So you are trying to tell me that you now, 3 of you now, for example, if 3 of you now travel to somewhere, if you cannot say, okay, this person is leading us here, all of you have to be doing your things differently. Okay, all of you have to be doing things differently. It's not right.
Okay, in Maryland, there are Cameroonians in Maryland that every year, annually, they have cultural activities that they even bring jujus, They dance in their cultural activities and whatnot. They are trying to live their culture in another man's land, in Maryland, even in Russia. But the thing is, they are trying to not forget their culture, so they look for a best way to bring themselves together and live together. But they don't cross the line. They don't cross the line by saying, we in this country, we are governed by this our person. It's already wrong.
It's a problem.
You are already acting like an above the law.
Voila.
In another man's country, man, is not correct. No matter how much you, it's not.
Okay.
Do you know this saying? Do you know this saying that says? Do you know this saying? Have you heard of this saying that says "home far away from home"? Have you heard that saying before?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard the saying. But why?
It says what I said.
Why having people crown a king in the UK? Since you are crowning king in different African countries, why have you people crown any king in the UK?